She thought she married the love of her life. He watched her sleep in their shared bed, then murdered her. He tucked his daughters into their blankets, then smothered them, all while smiling for the world. This is the true story of Chris Watts, the man who shattered the illusion of the perfect family. Shanann was a fighter. Diagnosed with lupus, she refused to let it define her. She built a successful business from her living room, and then, in 2010, she met Chris. Quiet, kind, gentle. He helped her when she was at her lowest. To Shanann, Chris was a blessing, a man sent from above. In 2012, they married, moved to North Carolina, had 2 daughters, Bella and Celeste. She loved big, and she documented everything. Birthdays, family vacations, anniversary trips. Chris, he rarely said much, but he smiled. He stood by her, at least, at first. In 2018, Shanann was pregnant with their 3rd child, a boy they planned to name Nico. But behind the scenes, Chris had changed. He lost weight, started working out, seemed distant. He began taking secret business trips and texting more than usual. Shanann noticed. She wrote in her notes app, "He hasn't touched me in weeks, doesn't want the baby, doesn't say, 'I love you' anymore." In August 2018, Shanann traveled to Arizona on a business trip. Her friends noticed her mood had shifted. She was anxious, scared, paranoid even. She sent Chris sweet texts. She begged him to talk. No response. During that trip, Chris hired a babysitter back home and took his mistress, Nicole Kessinger, out to dinner. He paid with his personal credit card. Nicole, meanwhile, began noticing odd behavior. Chris claimed he was finalizing a divorce, that his wife was leaving him, but he was lying to everyone. When Shanann flew home on the night of August 12th, she had no idea it would be her final flight. August 13th, 1:48 a.m., a doorbell cam catches Shanann walking into the house. Chris is waiting. He later told investigators he just snapped, but there's no evidence of a fight. No sound, no struggle heard on baby monitors, only silence. He strangled her in bed, possibly while she slept. The autopsy would later show her unborn son died inside her. Then, he turned to his daughters. They woke up. They saw their mother's body, and he told them she was sick. He loaded Shanann's body into his truck, then strapped Bella and Celeste into the back seat, next to their mother's corpse. A 45-minute drive to an oil field, with his daughters crying. At the site, he killed Celeste first, then Bella, who begged for her life. Her last words? "Daddy, no." He pushed their small bodies into oil tanks, buried Shanann in a shallow grave nearby. Then he went to work, as if nothing had happened. Later that day, Shanann's friend called the police. The house was locked. Her phone and purse were still inside. The girl's shoes were by the door, but the family was gone. Chris showed up, awkward, fidgety. He offered no theories, no panic. He seemed rehearsed. The next day, he appeared on TV. "Shanann, Bella, Cece, if you're out there, come back. We need you." But his voice lacked emotion. His eyes, dead. A neighbor showed officers surveillance footage. Chris backing his truck into the garage early that morning, alone, loading something. The polygraph failed. He was arrested 3 days later. Under interrogation, Chris finally admitted it, but he couldn't tell the full truth. Not yet. He claimed Shanann killed the girls, and he killed her in revenge. But that lie fell apart fast. The autopsy showed the children were smothered. Their mother had no defensive wounds. She was likely asleep, pregnant, powerless. Chris broke. He finally told investigators what he did. Every detail. Nicole Kessinger, his mistress, was interrogated too. She had no idea, and when she found out, she was horrified. She cooperated fully, handed over messages, location history, and searches, including one she made just weeks before the murders. Can cops trace deleted text messages? In November 2018, Chris Watts pled guilty to 9 felony counts. In court, Shanann's family sobbed uncontrollably. Her father, "He carried my grandchildren out like trash." Her mother, "I trusted you. You were supposed to protect them." The judge didn't hold back. "This is perhaps the most inhumane and vicious crime I have handled in my 17 years. Chris was sentenced to 5 life terms without parole. No chance of release, ever. He was transferred to a high-security facility in Wisconsin, in isolation. In his letters from prison, he says he's found God. But to the world, he's found only one thing: permanent disgrace. The Watts case sparked global fascination. Netflix released American Murder, The Family Next Door, using real footage and texts. It showed how picture-perfect facades can mask unspeakable horror. To this day, people analyze Chris's body language, his interviews, his coldness. True crime forums speculate about his mental state, how he could kill his daughters while they cried for him, and then smile for the cameras. Shanann's family has turned their grief into advocacy, raising awareness of emotional abuse, warning signs, and control masked as affection. Their home in Colorado was eventually auctioned off, abandoned, empty, and silent. Chris Watts didn't just murder his family. He murdered trust. He murdered the image of the loving father, the caring husband, the American dream. And in doing so, he taught us something painful, that sometimes evil doesn't wear a mask. It wears a wedding ring.